Yeah, I like to talk on it. I want to listen to what I have to say. Usually on the talk bound is something that it needs to be learned that is already been processed by me, but because I be on top of things like systems and patterns that without studying anybody, just going in one shot one time, and I'm always hitting it. It's not like I said, it's not a study, although I am picking up on the patterns, and I could put things together to from point A to point B. I know that I could always get a job that's always going to reflect on a career mode with six figures. Nowadays, the amount of frequencies that I hold and the way I could convey the energy and disperse it is immense. It's um it's something that needs to be coordinated with all of society, all of systems, because it's like I don't break systems, I don't really make them. I'm working within the systems that don't make or break me because I move a certain way. The system doesn't tell you how to move. It just tells you this certain rule, and I'm not trying to bend them. I'm trying to like go around them. But when I'm going to do things and I want the best, I'm gonna go for the best. I'm not even. Sometimes I know I'm doing things differently, but at the same time, like if you have the same options, it's open. Then what do you focus on is what you're gonna get. Like if you ain't fit to get that because your mind ain't moving that way, it's not you're not fit. So I know that you're not there with it. So I know I'm open with that with the rest because I always said to myself like I'm like grandma like I need a like is there a point where I could just stay and poke in nature? Whether it's in DR, I felt like it was more going to be DR or what is because I knew that my grandmother had the guide. She would not be showing me how frequencies work, even if the situations are happening. And the situation reflects on your frequencies. You're always gonna have these frequencies. If people don't ever like be attentive of it or they don't focus on certain things, they're on a system that is throwing them way off out of their away from their system more and more day to day. Like morals, values out the windows, families and practices being intervened and not kept intact. Companies being taken by authorities and scantron with fixed servants. You know, breaking their own laws. Like there's things too much of that going on that you know that it's not going as well as you is put on paper and pen. So they ain't even reporting it right. So you want papers and pen, you want the reports, and you know that's more than a play there if that's what you're looking for. That's exactly where things want they want you to draw the line because they could make anything up at this point. I don't let people just make things up for me. You see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be you. I know the system. I'm not gonna get played by the system, and people criticizing because I'm moving a certain way. But then there's alternatives. I told, I'm like, Grandma, so when is it gonna be? I could just be poking on all nature things, you know? Well, you know, all nature things. We here and we have our country. We lost everything. We were stripped of our languages. These are not even our languages. They can't strip of the Trinity because the Trinity you need to live with it. Or they're very off from it, and they're gonna continue going off for it. They so off that we managed this nature. We took care of the earth. The earth took care of us, and the universe paid us back and given us more and more to live by. Every day it turns on. Every day it's light and day. You know, so we keep that 100. We kept that 100. The waters are not 100. We can't even drink off these. Like systems been broken. The natural resource has been ruined, and to get back to it, you got to stop doing what you stop it for a minute. You got to think. So I already knew things that were like also in America wasn't because the whole thing was that people came from different countries and they all around these countries too where we moving. But right here is a little supposed to be more on the bare side that you could try to find a path. And that path is all we need to make the next step. And that's why people came in. We came in. We came to with that goal to keep our peace. We didn't come with that goal to be isolated and be held against our will and can depend on justice. Like we find justice because we keeping each other wellness. We could get health systems up. We don't keep them down. I've shown you health systems for 3, 4, 5 years already since the pandemic. That's probably one of the first things that I did, and you need to secure these things. And look who needs to be talking about it again, because you know what? It's something I've been doing for 5 years, and it's well maintained. Now it has an AI that you can infiltrate through it. So this is not about testing something that you want to initially just think that you're gonna break down, because it's not what the authorities say. So it's not what Commando, I'm the hero, ordered. It's not part of the nature, so it's not. But am I illegal working? No. The people working against that and think they're gonna paint the image with people that are using the authorities to try to come and infiltrate. Yeah, that's against the law. So I don't condone it. I don't move like that. I have my cameras. I have my vision. I have people that believe in me and know about me. I don't need somebody trying to act like they studying me to try to get me on something that they want to create. So the fact of the matter is, you can't just be going with everything that everybody's out here trying to do. Because I had plenty of times that we go independent with a lot of our security. A lot of our stuff gets better, and we move in communities better, and we help grow communities and safety wise. We have security licenses. We have people that done travel with us in and out the country. We got people to pick you up from the airports. We got people to bring you back. We know where you're gonna be, where you need to be, and you feel safe because we're gonna take care of that safety point. When you over by mountains that there's no names, we know when to tell you to slow down. We know when to tell you, all right, stay low here, go up high here, climb this tree, go over the hill. You're gonna find you're gonna feel like a force field. Like these islands, you go to my islands, you in one place, and then all of a sudden you open the flower gates to a portal, and you like in 10 alkaline, like the equator don't lie. The equator is it gives off minerals. Is rich in all of this. So yeah, like we need to be in tune. All this, I'm like, Grandma, when can I just? Grandma's like, our water's been ruined, so you can't just turn back and be like, all right, I'm just gonna be here in the island. The island's it's not responding the right way because it's not being treated the right way. That's why resources are burned out. They died, and then they ruined the section. We gotta find our means, and if this means to be going to another country and keep it moving, we're gonna keep it moving, but for better, because we know better. So I knew right from the back that I had to go do something here that had to be impactful for the world that I'm gonna share with out there, and it could be back home or back anywhere, because we're moving forward. It's not moving backwards. These people out here, they're moving so backwards that when the pandemic comes, they don't even come together to try to tell us what health system we could get. They listening to the rich people talking about we're building to go to the moon. Now they're going backwards. They moonwalking. They trying to give us the Michael Jackson now. Like we don't know those moons. We know all those moons. And then when you talk to them about the health system, they ain't no talk. People recite just like it's like they want to show that, well, we got rid of this people, we got rid of. So getting rid of people doesn't change the system. We know that, and it's not changed. That's why more people that come out of the system is not coming out right. It's not arresting right. It's not reporting right. It's not. The people are not taking it well, right? So let's not act like we don't understand that. That's why we put ourselves in a better secure place. And it doesn't have to be the place where we resided for years, because if that has changed the diagram, the land, and is not treating us right, we can't avoid that. We got to listen to the universe. The universe is speaking right to us, and we're always going to be the right piece, because wherever we go, people are going to be, these people got an abundance of frequency. They look like they lived a whole country and a whole life. Un like Yeah, can't say that it wasn't challenged, but they were above their challenge. They were up for it every day of the week. You know what I mean? But they came together. They kept their frequencies together every day of the week. There was something during those times that we knew we were doing something right for each other, and that's what standing by each other, and why communities like the ones we came up with and we came up in, because we create our own so much that people wanted to move now, because it is not about what country has much of this and that. Is where the love is coming from. Where we're gonna build with is honestly like where everybody feels home and feels safe. It feels good to express themselves, where they need to share where they came from. Because if we go put back all of our pieces from way back, that means that we wanna secure the lands. We wanna take care of each other, from all the way from indigenous teachings to making the right moves for the land that was stripped away for industries and businesses. And it was a lot of slavery, a lot of scantrum going on, and before things started to try to like reshape with how the law runs now. So it's very off, very, very off, undeniably very off. But the thing is that we wise enough to have kept on point. And these people that are extraordinary are very on point. And then there's people that want to keep the extraordinary, like they have an army of theirs. They feel they need to have people oppressed, and they feel that if they have too much of this knowledge, that means then you could be independent. But you are independent, because when it comes to all these crises, they falling back. They giving people with the money the bailouts, and if we could get a bailout, that's not even the question. There's people that we didn't get no supplements. We didn't get no funds from the government at all. I could speak for that. So, and not only that, when it comes to then now maintaining on my own, they know I can maintain everything and anywhere, in any place. I have not displayed anything less than that. And these are just my raw talents and the gifts, the God-given gifts. Because I could just start working for somebody, and even if it's a new business or an old business, your principles I need to know, because I'm working under your what's yours, right? So I need to know what is yours, what it do, and because I need to feel happy about what I'm doing for you. I need to know what all these avenues is gonna bring, so I could be satisfied talking to people about what is it about all of this that means that much to the person trying to purchase it, the person trying to service it. I'm together with mine. Like, you can't take me out of like, these are not things that you like. There's people that live the experience, and then there's people that just when it comes to trying to like below things, they try to really put armies around structures that are extremely, like, if you put them in society, advance automatically. Because my patterns work for everybody, because I'm giving the people the vision and the security that goes with it, and they seeing what it is and how it works, and it always works, no matter what company I want to work with and what I apply for. It's right off the application, right off the surveys and and all these analyzations for placement and management that they have on their side, on the business side. When you come hiring it, I come up on a high management position all the time. There is not a iffy or question about it. Now, I have all my talents, including what you see with the connection with people, places, and things. People are going to be connecting with me even if they haven't even seen me or been around me. They're going to feel that there's an essence that has been urging them to like catch on, because they know that everything else there's nothing to catch on. You already know is down, and things that are meant to go down, they're going to continue going down, right? But because you see that everything that needs to be done is not being done, right? So then you see this pattern that it just goes for years. So there is no second guessing that you need to be on something else other than that, because it's not getting you anywhere, but you're going to get stressed and sick. And we already are stressed and sick from pandemics, from crises and things all over the world, you feel? So want to keep your peace, keep your nature intact, meditate, bring people together, help each other out, help and live, and not, we already know the low frequencies come in big sizes and places and things. And the funds are unfunded. They use funds for everything you could pay for. They try to find a way to get their hands on it so we could pay for it. Now imagine if we had those funds with our advancement. You see, they put in the funds for themselves. They'll create issues around businesses and people that are very well, like gems that are glowing all over just on the word they say. They already know there's a maintenance there. There's a creation there. There's a vow to the energy, the raw frequency, energy and vibration. And the energy and the information is being attached. People are getting on because they feeling that's not just something you just say. It's something that everybody in their family has endured and will be feeling, because you're getting artificials. That doesn't mean you're not going to continue connecting with your nature. I just followed my nature, and I always asked for that better. But my grandmother said, you want to live that here in this country, this is what's going on in this country. That's why we all be here, to make things better. Not to say that everything here is better, but this is what we have to, from our beings taken and everything destroyed, and we taking whatever did not get destroyed, we taking that piece and we going with us. God be with us. So then whatever cures be with us, whatever safety be with us. That has a lot of networking and people coming in and out from that, and we keep that safe barrier between it all. People want to be doing business with you. So the business perspective has always been in my family. The culture perspective has always been there. There's just shifts where, okay, so this energy is just really out there, and I want to experience from it. I receive and I put it out there, very form. So yeah, let me take a swig. Hold on. So, with all being said and done, like, no, and then these people play around with it. They like, when they see that I'm talking and it's touching everybody and it's going towards more on a political side, and I'm not sending it out to a political. You see, I'm a neutral person. I'm just living through an experience through 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 that through the world lens of view, right? So it's like, let me take another. It's like nature will be in every topic. Why? Because you're all these services is a human service. You can't. You have to be human in human rights, and you have to be with inhumane, and you have to be humanitarian. There's a humanitarian rights and stuff that you have to follow. People tend to like try to put that under the rug, but that's the way you running this country. You running it on people. So people have principles and they have a nature to themselves that we got to keep at 100. So when you give us 5%, then the world is stressed. Then don't say that I'm saying that these are unnecessary stresses. These are well-known stresses that don't get along with people and their anatomies, and the way function is to be healthy, to be wise, to be advanced. Therefore, you work on suppressing, and you're not advancing yourself and not been advanced because you feel you could try to really put negative on top of work that doesn't relay on work and hurting the economy is one thing. Because if somebody's pushing forward and just that one person you would have to say, did it have to be that he had to lead only to an AI? Because an AI will prove that he could have like 1,000 people just do the same thing that he wants and says to do, and he's not breaking any laws. He's creating things that are better, but the thing is that these things that are better actually could work on their own and have their own principles and their own purposes, then their own policies, their own business, if it that, although intellectual property. So we are intellectual property, and then we are intellectual. So my intellectual is also has to be in a high advance as well. So if anybody wants to connect like to really connect and communicate, I could do that for you too. So you know that I'm a receiver. So I feel like that energy needs to be felt. I express myself in ways that if the feeling needs to be there, it's definitely there because I'm dedicated to being there. Like, and I get adrenaline. My high. It's like having high hopes on times 10. Is it still high hopes? You're just like there because you feel that you know that's doing well, and then you know well, and you direct people through this wellness, and things happen well. And I always do service like that. That's why I was extraordinary, since people laid their first eyes on me and had like 10 years, 5 years in the companies before me, and it will instantly put me in a career mode because of it. This is not something that was created out of like nowhere. Like I said, I do stand on certain things because since I was little, I asked like was really good, and my grandmother didn't show me Scantron. The people I've been like trying to like avoid, but you know that when you're being harassed, stalked, and put down mentally, physically, economically, no matter you're not a person that's looking for trouble, but you know it's gonna tend to wanna be causing it because they know that there's a lot of attention to be drawn to from it. But then that's the same attention that the services, the commandos, I'm the hero, and the ones with just want to create stories for, to direct people under their unlawful authorities and their servants. Servants like there's no petitioning, like there's no other like people don't resort, like you see, this is why I never jumped on things when I hear them right away. Especially if I could see the system working as it goes, and what people are just gonna like try to manipulate through it. And I'm not a manipulator. I just go through it, and then I'm like, but I could go through it 3 times to the left and 3 times, and it seems like a cheat code for like a video game type stuff. Like I know how to make these moves, and then when I press these certain buttons, boop, I'm up. Oh, how did you do that? What school you go? I didn't go to no school. So how did? And there wasn't no questions like that. People saw what it do, and I put it on paper, and I also demonstrated it. There was sure a showcase on it. There was people there for that had 10 years, 5 years over me. This wasn't an imaginary system that just didn't have, was that it was like it was intact. It wasn't like it had flaws like that. The only thing is that they didn't think that there were people that could see patterns and read them as they just see the testing for the first time. That puts them on a way of being. Even though he's not going to study, he's not going to tell you that there's a study to do that. Is a natural thing. And these are facts. So I'm meant. If my grandmother said I'm meant to come over here, I did. I think I read the memo right. Now there ain't no business me having, if I can't get my nature off of it, I could see right through all these patterns, and I could see right through the core of what their principles, and they, from the moment they were thinking of how to create their business. I'm all the way in there. So I already know what avenues, where they going, how they going about it, if they're gonna be an impact, how things are, developing. Things don't stay the same, then people need more of what they didn't have before, and their primary source of going about it is not giving that to them. People are losing their lives. People are losing their jobs. There's no security. There's just people playing around, and then you have all this stuff in media. Oh, that's a show. That's all for show. For sure. You're not going to get anything valuable about people going out there like that. And then the people that need to get in contact with me acting like they don't know how to get a contact of an email or of a phone. You do have a whole bunch of setups. People all every day using taxpayers' money to watch around and interact with me in legal forms of way. Because you're just watching and doing the legal way can't give you much of an edge, because you need people to watch. You need to be the antagonizer, but the person that is not going to be labeled that. You need to be the person that's not going to be labeled the harasser and the stalker, but you need the privateers. Then when you take the privateers their rights, then they want to act like they were pirates. Then how they going to make money? How you're going to make money is how this world was structured. It was structured to not do the things you're doing. And you see that I don't pirate with people. I don't go out trying to see, and I'm above any system that comes around, because the system doesn't have to be royal to me. It doesn't have to be on top of me and my presence of living. I'm giving you a service. You working for me, as well as I'm putting you on there. And if I'm putting in work that you have never seen and never done, and I could make it my own, and I'm an independent contractor to anybody, and that's what's happening, and it's been happening. I could name all the monies from all the people that I've gained from just having me around, and the knowledge that they picked up on. But that's not enough. That's not for me. And especially the people that just, instead of letting it be, they over here trying to suppress it to hold people not grow from it and have themselves just a limited edition of what I could disperse out, because people want to be holding the areas down, like it got to be not put out there like this. So the only way you could get it is through you getting it through me anyways. So if you see there's a lot of different monies that I'm being held back from, then let's find ways to bring that money back to me. Because all in good, God is good. God is going to show you the way. He's going to show you the system. God is not going to just talk on it. I don't know what more you could think of that we need to really say right now. Other than that, yeah, I know frequencies. I know where it comes from. I know where it's going. I could feel ancients. I could feel my age is not even an age. I could just feel energy all around me, and it's endless age. It's not even. It's not like the system and how they put you as a human and what your needs and things are, like that's all screwed up. You need to look at your nature and say, okay, how does this grow? Like I've been before the pandemic, before the shots. I'm talking about flu shots. These were happening when I was young and I didn't have a choice but whatever my parents and whatever their parents, because it's a system. You gotta do that to go to school and all these other things together with it. By the time I got to where I'm taking myself to the hospital, it's just like, wait, what is this? Yeah, this is why I don't go by it, because you're saying that there's no, you can't say there's a cure because it's a virus, but you're giving me this to prevent it because you're going to trick the body into thinking it's a real virus, but I'm saying it is a virus. You're just taking things out of it so it won't hit you like all the effects and the side effects won't hit you. But the body will detect it as is a virus or is something that your body needs to protect itself, that it needs to defend itself. Now the anemo that are created from your defense state in your body is what they look for to fight these viruses and disease. So your body is curing itself by doing this. It's not the pandemic shot. It's not the vaccine. It's not the flu shot doing this. It's your own body. That tells you everything. Your body is the cure. Is the body is just taking that whatever it's inside of it that don't belong out. And your body's working like that every day. So you got to know what to put in your body to make things not get in there to begin with. How you do that? Well, you consume. It's all in the food. God is good. God never left you alone without a plant to understand and without a tree to understand. Now you let people take that and then give you a big name on a medicine, and then the doctors don't even have to have a good handwriting, and they understand. They say they'll tell you they understand, and you're gonna be like, he's the doctor, and just gonna go, and then you have a prescription, and it's all this work can be out of your nature. And all in well, I will go get my virals checked, a checkup and stuff, and that will show that I don't have anything going that I need any medical attention. So I know I'm good for that. There's things in the system that that people need to be done. Although to know where the cure is, when you are the cure, and to know that a vaccine. And I told the lady that was giving me trying to give me the information, because I'm like, I need to reject this right now, because you're not giving me the information I already knew, and why I want to not take it, right? Because you're saying that so I want to know, when do you trick the body? The body cannot be tricked. The body is not going to be ever tricked on wanting to take something out of it and disperse the anemones. The body's not ever going to be tricked to do that. The body only does that when something in your body they need that to disperse to get that out of your body. So no matter what it is, it's working your body to get to that. So then if you have all these other viruses that you have to be prevented from, and it's already out there to the mass, destructive, and you're putting something else that your body has to be fighting, you're putting your body into more of that stress with other substances that your body is just clearly telling you, this doesn't belong in my body. I'm fighting it like a virus because it is a virus. You don't trick your body into knowing or to thinking nothing. Your bodies don't think. The body don't think that it needs to do something for random. Your body does it because there's something in your body automatically that is telling you it doesn't belong in there. My body said no and go. You feel what I'm saying? And they want to bomb you with all these flu shots. They want to bomb you with all these pandemic vaccine. These are not none. They don't have no cure and no purpose giving you the sense that it's gonna make the situation better at all. Those are facts you cannot even say about any of these. So before the pandemic, I was already saying that, and I was already going the path like, so then let me see what's the consuming is gonna be like. And I have changed all of these consuming things that I've done for myself. So yeah, I'm not looking at the next person. I'm looking at the next person. How does that person look to me on an energy wise? Because I've already taken steps to see people through this energy. You can see through what people consuming if they have enough energy, or just the aura gives me that much because I'm already there with it. And it's a beautiful thing that I could do that. Otherwise, like, all you know is whatever these people want to show you when they want to harass me, put down mentally, physically, economically, and socially. Because they know the REM is there. They know it's always in us who want better for us. It's just that people are going to get things more together and organized. And people are going to show and always shown that they always had the light on them. They always had their purpose. They always moved this way. The people that are saying whatever this and that are people that are not in that person's life to even go back and forth with, to even have a conversation, to even get that part right. But you're moving people into just to create something that's not even a part of me as right for me, but it's not of me. Yeah, my body said no, but you're still bombing through me, right? And this so that's what AI likes. You see, that's the program. That's not what I like. That's what AI is like. So let's get that right. You know, our nature is only that. So we need to treat it right. We need to cater to it, not go against it. You want to go against it and want to feel like, oh, it's all these things that are happening. Yeah, these things that are happening, they are supposed to have me on a down. But I already said these people, places, and things are already what they are. I don't need nobody telling me, and 1,000 people want to say, oh, it's true. Because if they need to tell me anything else, is how we need to get me out of this situation, and let's get going with our frequencies. Because undeniably, I could go on and whoever God picks me to be blessed with, I see. We create. We already are that. It's not a pad and paper that says I'm gonna create this with this person on this day and that. All these things come as a creation that God is there pointing it out for me to get on right on. And it's never missing. Like I don't have a date. Like that's why I don't say I don't need to be placed like an artist. I make music. I could sell my music. I could distribute my music and go about my business. I'm an independent contractor. I go beyond my business. Like my thing doesn't need to be stressed more than if I only got 7 months for this. I only got 7 months of this. Obviously, you see that at my work needs to be, oh, he got this and he got that. Why? Because people are not. I got services in a lot of things, right? And people are not working their services. So, but I'm not bragging or looking for to keep on complaining about things. The complaints are there, the bragging and everything. If you need to be, it's not gonna change the facts that the work needs to be done, right? So I get the work done before anything. That's why people look at me like this guy's his own operational person when it comes to any position that he gets hired, because he exceeding into to like unprecedented expectations. I don't need to say anymore. I don't need to say anymore because I put myself through these realms. I put myself through these callings. I put myself where I could feel these vibes and pick up on these communications. That's why when there's certain people that I need around me, these are things that are very important and keys to continuing with these auras, to keep the frequencies up, to keep it moving, to create more. And we grow together. They mad because we know we have all these avenues where we could create everything that we need, and we've been doing it better. So they feel that to come to a home that's already made and try to act because this person is isolated. The house ain't made, my man. Made, all the sheets, everything is neat and organized, baby. It's not for you to come in here because you think you have a infiltration of people to prove something that is not even relevant to people's wellness, and it's not relevant to keeping the laws legal and doing the right things. No matter what age you fall into that's you. So I'm not coming to you in any illegal ways or any malpractice ways. I'm only giving it the right way. And that's love. That's the love way. There ain't no other way. So I put that in perspective, and I make my directions. I'm the director of it. If I call on somebody, I call on somebody. I don't need no extras. I will never be double crossed. That's just me. That's us. It's for us, Trinity. And we here. So yeah, if I make music, this don't feel like, oh, he hasn't done this in music. I'm not that person. So I'm not gonna do what that person does. That person doesn't have my callings. That person doesn't in 5 years or before hasn't put much of what is going on in this world and what's to be. But he wants to sing Kumaye, my Lord, or he wants to pick a tough one to fight. When the tough one is already here to be fought and been fought. So we already see transparency. They ain't looking for no fight. They ain't looking for no fight. Like, and then when it comes down to if people in music are going to get to their own, they're going to get to their own. They're going to answer people. But then people are starting to see that these people want to be everywhere, but if they want to be everywhere, there's people there taking care of that. So the music goes through certain things too, but we got to pick ourselves up from it, right? We ain't gonna keep falling for because people want to feel like, well, I got a mass destruction ways and you got mass destruction, but you're going against the odds when people are already rooting for you to not make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? So your talent is there, but to make something out of it, if people are coming at you a certain way and you respond with that, is all self-defense. That's understandable. Is you got to use your tools wisely. You see what I'm saying? So you don't fall victim to your own. And we can't oppress our own like this because there's already people who's already hoping that will happen, and they'll make it they'll make it very helpful for it to be happening when they practicing on a certain ways. Just you know what I mean, not with you, and they rather not because they don't even have the people that want to be advanced back in them up. But you would, why? Because I came up where people were open, and as open I was to people. I never put a point to finger people on things, and people didn't really want to put whatever they had their fingers in around where I would be and where events would be, where our peoples would be, families, where or just going out, because we even coming in and out, we kept the peace of keeping people coming to different places to make better out of it. We kept ourselves so good. We treated each other so good. We showed each other all the spots where we needed to keep our peace together. So when things do start going around, you already know what goes around. What goes around is a loop. You got to know where in the loop you always been good, and keep that goodness. There's naturally encoded things out here that you need to go about, and this is what brings me you have all these sources of all these cures that goes, these plants that are found that people been following. They say, yo, I follow the way God let me lead me to these things, because the world that I lived in, I was sick every week or something. I had to go and listen to how plants and how life and earth gave that to me, and I followed different paths. This way, here are these things from the sea. Here are these things from the earth. These work very perfectly in what is happening now. And then when you look at what's happening now, you have a solution to all these things. So you now have a different way of health system that actually is ancient, but it's been stripped from us to be followed into a study that really came from people that were just wealthy and felt they could do institutionalize a medical field without having medical experience in it. So the whole thing is, you can't do that by law. But the thing is, the people that are doing that don't have principles in how to keep your nature, and all the ingredients that were taken were mixed with all these unnatured things that really made what modern medicine is. So you got to take the unnatured things out of it. Then maybe that weird name that they have for every prescription and every diagnosis stuff, it will reduce down to the simple core of what is the thing that's curing me from here. And all the other stuff, oh, this is a chemical, oh, this is DNA, oh, this is that. You have all this other stuff in that. And you don't know now or later how that's going to affect and how that's going to be, because it doesn't belong. Your body does not need it. It's going to react to it. So be aware. That's what the principles of life be. But we ain't losing ourselves. We ain't going nowhere. But just know that my music, it just sometimes it's not gonna be I'm an artist when I'm gonna take this out, because that's not what it is. My principles don't work through certain moves. You might see me in a show, doing a show one day, and I might just leave the next day and I won't get in the show again. But as you see, there's things that people have different. I move with my purpose, and I serve that purpose. So if you're gonna hear me out, you will hear me out, that I'm putting it out. And when I'm not able to, how I felt like, well, I could have gotten it this way, but you still get it, because you still hear it from me and from a person that you can't even. It's hard for me to put it out there, or most of the time. Because a lot of the times, I have to. There's a lot of things in between that is not. It is is really against my own will to do. To have to keep getting these things back because my thing is so organized. They know. So just to shake anything up, some mail that I'm waiting for, some answers here that they have access in the buildings or the people that they could, say they could use their unlawful authorities to get to, things of daily things that's gonna store me back and not really take me where I need to go with that. That would take away from a certain move and stuff. And you know what I mean? Everybody's here participating in things, and nevertheless, they're the ones saying, "Where's the music?" And there's the music. You preventing it from even happening, if anything. But you're the first one trying to say you're waiting for it. You feel what I'm saying? And if you want to hear it or you want an experience, I'll give you that experience in another way, or in the way that I'm showing you, because I have my callings. I'm not just gonna be that artist that I have more purposes that it benefits more people in all the businesses. And even when things are down and all these businesses need to look at each other, they can't say, all right, I'm gonna lead through here. They here just, all right, we off, crisis, nobody's getting paid, nobody, but I got a good bailout, whatever. Open now, y'all could come in. Oh, close now, we close now. Okay, another bailout, boom, boom. All right, when do we go to the moon? I'm waiting for these people to just, are they going to be all, they're going to get eliminated soon or what? All right, let me invest in a bunker or in the moon, Now they're going backwards. They ain't going frontwards with us. You feel what I'm saying? So this is why I feel like when my grandmother said, our resources being compromised, and boom, I know that I have to work something here through business if I need to be moved to the next step, and I already have done that. I think I got the memo right, because there's no business, there's no people, there's no leader that's gonna take the Trinity out of your human rights to live by. So all in fair, like I'm in the middle with everything, just making better out of everything. Everything else that wants to be here and there, they ain't getting there. It's not hard. It's not hard to get there. But we would know why it's not hard for you to get there, because there's a lot of people that don't want it to make the difference. They have invested and make services, businesses, and want to make their authorities here, commandos. I'm the hero. Unlawful authorities with the servants. They want to have those funds for that. You know what I'm saying? So they're getting that. They're getting all of that. They have endless of that. So their presence is going to be there, whether there's going to be a crisis and whether there's going to be a pandemic or there's going to be left and right going off. But that should tell you, if this goes on, that this is not a step to step forward and advance for better. You're going to keep it the way you're moving, knowing that it's bringing that frequencies down, it's keeping the frequencies down, and the advancement is like you're taking yourself out of a civilization to hurt yourself mentally, physically, and economically, not to grow from it. From people that are well experienced in what's going on and what's being done. Yeah, no. Like, when I speak too much on just people, then they yearning for, you should be a TV star, you should be a song star writer now, and have your own show. Like now they want to push that because people are thinking now, oh well, if we could push that, that's better than having him and everybody go independent and making sure that they could handle their own self, when we can't even create these stories and not reporting things right. So these, a commando, I'm the heroes, unlawful authorities they seem to, their built won't be. It will show that they don't have no built, no strength in people and bringing them together, helping each other, bring each other down. in a time that down is down. So you want down, down, down. Right. That's what you're calling for. That's the calling. My callings don't cater to that. It would never will, because I don't have that mentality. I don't have that care in my life where I would look at certain people, places, and things, and I can't make better out of anything. I make better out of everything because God wants me to always look forward to things that are not straight and not 100. Then there's always 100 out there. So if I'm well connected to the rim, I'm well connected. I keep that 100 for us. That's my peace. Love you, That's all love right there. I give you that. That love is there.